Something's been going on that's got many Nigerians talking, and I wondered what exactly is the truth behind all this uproar involving Alex Otti and Nnamdi Kanu. Hear this. Governor Alex Otti of Abia State has come out swinging, saying in clear, no-nonsense terms that he will not allow anything to happen to Nnamdi Kanu. On the surface, that statement sounds like a vow. But when you dig in, this is more than just a soundbite. It signals a political and legal push that could reshape how the Kanu saga plays out. Here's the picture as it stands now. On the 20th of November 2025, a federal high court in Abuja convicted Nnamdi Kanu on all 7 terrorism-related counts and sentenced him to life imprisonment. Since then, there have been widespread reactions across the country, from outrage and protest to calm calls for due process and peace. A few days after the verdict, Otti visited Kanu in prison in Sokoto, becoming the first sitting governor to do so since the sentencing. During that visit, Otti reportedly assured Kanu that his administration had activated strategies to secure his release, that legal and administrative efforts, including dialogues at the highest levels, remain ongoing. Now, if you ask why is Otti doing this, especially now, there are a few likely reasons. Firstly, he's signaling political resolve. As governor of Abia State and the Southerner, Otti's intervention taps into sentiments in the southeast, where many view Kanu's conviction as heavy-handed. By publicly championing Kanu's cause, the governor could be trying to shore up support and present himself as a voice for those who feel justice wasn't served. Secondly, there is the legal and diplomatic dance. Reports say Otti has met with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president of Nigeria, in what observers believe is a push to lobby for Kanu's freedom through all legitimate channels. That suggests this battle won't be just in the courtroom, it will be at the corridors of power and behind closed doors. Thirdly, there's the symbolic value. By saying, "I will not allow anything to happen to Nnamdi Kanu," Otti is offering Kanu, and by extension his supporters, a kind of political sanctuary, a promise that he will use his office to protect him. Whether that translates into actual release is another matter entirely. But as far as messaging goes, it's strong and unambiguous. However, and this is important, not everyone is pleased with Otti's moves. Some critics argue this is grandstanding, a political strategy meant more to gain sympathy and support than to deliver actual results. They say, why didn't he act earlier? Why now after the life sentence? And is this about Kanu or about Otti's image and ambitions? So what does this mean for Nigerians, especially those watching from outside Abia or the southeast? It means the Kanu matter is far from over, despite the conviction. The hunt for legal loopholes, political pressure, and administrative resolutions has only just begun. It also signals that state-level politics is deeply intertwined with national unity, security, and public sentiment, and what happens to Kanu could ripple across ethnicity, regional identity, and national cohesion. For many, the next few weeks or months will be critical. We may see appeals, negotiations, or perhaps renewed tensions, depending on how the federal government reacts to Otti's push. As always, let's stay alert, stay informed. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe to stay up to date with developments. We'll bring you the gist as it unfolds. Fast, factual, and fair. To really appreciate what's happening now, we must revisit who Nnamdi Kanu is and how we got to this point. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, the group that has for years agitated for the independence of Biafra, the old Eastern Region territory. Kanu rose to prominence through broadcasts on his platform, Radio Biafra, from abroad. A channel that spread the call for Biafra now, attracted wide support among some southeastern communities, and sparked significant concern from the federal government. Between 2015 and 2021, a period fraught with arrests, court bail, escapes, re-arrests, and legal battles, Kanu's activism remained at the center of national debate. Then came 2025. On 20 and the 21st of November, a federal high court in Abuja, presided by James Omotosho, convicted Kanu on multiple terrorism-related charges. He was sentenced to life imprisonment on several counts, with additional sentences on a few others. That verdict sent shockwaves through the southeast and beyond. Many saw it as a final blow to a controversial but long-standing agitation. For others, it was a tragedy, a sign that dissent and calls for structural change would be met with harsh state response. Now enter Alex Otti, Since assuming office as governor of Abia State in 2023, Otti has increasingly emerged as a political figure willing to engage tough issues. Shortly after the sentencing of Kanu, Otti moved. In a statement, he announced that he had activated strategy to secure Kanu's release, a plan he said dates back to when Kanu was still on trial. Over the weekend, Otti visited Kanu at the Sokoto Correctional Center, the first governor to do so since the conviction. From that visit, Otti delivered this message. He urged Kanu to remain calm and assured him that the engagements he began more than 2 years ago had been intensified and would not stop. He promised that the matter would be resolved administratively and that Kanu would regain his freedom. He also revealed that traditional and religious elements were being brought on board. Reportedly, the Sultan of Sokoto had expressed support for de-escalation and even joked about turbaning Kanu, a symbolic sign of reconciliation across regional divides. Kanu, for his part, was described as in good spirits during the visit. He thanked the governor, praised Otti's leadership in Abia, and said he remained committed to good governance and improving the lot of the people. This brings us to what could be ahead, and why viewers should watch closely. First, there is now a concerted push, not just legal but political and administrative, to secure Kanu's release. If Otti's plan succeeds, it could mark a dramatic turn in one of Nigeria's most controversial and long-running security political issues. Second, the involvement of a high-ranking governor from the southeast and the mention of traditional religious authority from the north, Sultan of Sokoto, hints at a possible national deal, not just a state-level matter. That could influence how the federal government and other stakeholders approach the broader crisis. Third, this could reignite debates about justice, reconciliation, and how Nigeria handles dissent and separatist movements. Many will ask whether a political resolution, rather than strictly legal/hard security solutions, may be the only sustainable path forward. Finally, there are risks. Critics already say Otti's moves may be political grandstanding, that promises may outpace actions. Some worry that rushing a release deal may undermine the rule of law or stir fresh tensions. For ordinary Nigerians, in the southeast, across the federation, deep in the southwest like Ibadan or the north, this matters. Because whatever happens with Kanu could influence inter-ethnic trust, national stability, and how dissenting voices are managed or heard in this country. So here we are, on the cusp of what could either be a breakthrough or a deepening crisis. As always, stay informed. Like this video, subscribe for updates. We will monitor developments and bring you the gist as it unfolds. Legal moves, political negotiations, reactions, tension, or calm.